I don't know anybody in the world who does not like enchiladas. So today I'm going to show you how to make delicious butternut squash enchiladas. So good! Let's see, I think the first thing I should show you is actually how to cut a butternut squash, because I know a lot of people have a little bit of confusion about these guys. The way that I like to cut it is hold it on a flat surface, cut off the top, and then you can use either a peeler or you could use your knife to peel it. Let's try the peeler. I'm gonna cut this little bottom part off. Just the little butt. Cut that little butt off. And then to make it easier on myself, I'm gonna cut it in half about where the seeds start. So where it's bulbous, that's where the seeds are usually starting. So of course there are seeds inside. So first of all, we can take those out. Hold it in the palm of your hand and scoop it out. Ta-da! I'm gonna show you how to take the skin off with the knife. You just simply slice down. Just slice it really thinly, cutting it all off. The only way you're going to succeed at doing this is if you have a sharp knife. So make sure you have a sharp knife or sharpen your knife before you actually use it. I'm going to cut it into nice bite-sized cubes. That's going to be the filling for enchilada. So now that I have my butternut squash cut up into nice little cubes, I'm going to actually start to cook the filling. I've already heated up some coconut oil in my pan. Just going to add in some garlic and onions. I'm going to cook these until they're nice and translucent. So now's a good time to add my red bell pepper. And then we can follow that with our butternut squash and our kidney beans. The butternut squash does take a little while to cook, so I need to cover it to speed up the cook time. In the meantime, we can make our sauce for the enchiladas. All right, so our coconut oil is warm in the pan. I'm gonna add the rest of those onions that I had. Let me just add a little bit of extra garlic in there too. And once again, we're cooking it until it turns translucent. So to thicken up this sauce, the enchilada sauce, I'm gonna throw in some garbanzo bean flour right into the center of the pot. And I wanna let that toast a little bit. And then some cumin. We can stir that up with the onions. Oh, I'm also gonna add in some chili powder. Okay, so now we can add our tomato sauce. And we're just gonna let that cook and do its thing while we're waiting for the filling of the enchiladas. So let's check on our filling. Ooh, looks pretty good. I'd recommend checking on it before it's done, just to make sure it's not sticking to the bottom of your pan. And if it is, you can always add a little bit of water to, add some more moisture to it. I do want to add some cilantro in there. I left some of the stems in here because the stems are healthy and there's some flavor in there, and they do add a nice texture. You don't have to peel every single leaf off. Just mince it and add this in too. Delicious. All right, and now we can season it. For sure, I need to add my cumin and chili blend. And I imagine I'm gonna have to add a little bit of sea salt. So let's start with a nice little drizzle of that and stir that in. Now give it a taste, let's see. A little bit more salt. Oh, it's so good with the coconut oil. I can actually taste it in there too. Yum, 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 yum. And I'm gonna say that's it for our filling. Easy, right? Let's check on our sauce. So the sauce is still cooking. I'm gonna turn it off. So good. So good. I will add a dash of salt though. That's it. I love tomato sauce. Enchilada sauce is the bomb. All right, so all we have to do now is fill our little tortillas. I'm gonna fill my tortillas with this, stick it in the oven, and devour it. I'm gonna put some of my sauce on the bottom. It's to prevent it from sticking, and it's to make it taste extra delicious and smothered. All right, so here I have some tortillas that I already warmed up on the stove, and you're gonna need to warm them up because otherwise when you fold them, they will break. So warm them up on the stove or in the microwave before you do this. You fill them with some of your filling. Look how colorful and pretty is it? And you fold it tightly as possible and place it right in your dish. And repeat with all the remaining. Here I have my 6 beautiful enchiladas. And of course we still have some sauce. So I'm gonna pour the sauce right on top. Get it nice and equally distributed. Gorgeous. And so from here, I'm just gonna stick it in the oven for about 10 minutes at 350 degrees to let it finish off cooking and all the flavors come together, all right? Let's take these enchiladas out of the oven. Look pretty good, right? Now, these enchiladas are so great for lunch, for dinner, and they're really easy to make, as you saw, and even more exciting, they freeze really well. So you can make a large batch, stick them in the freezer, and pull them out, just stick them in the oven and have them whenever. So let's plate these. Ooh, came out perfectly. And I think I'll finish that off with a little bit of cilantro, just right on top. Okay, let me give it a taste. These enchiladas are the bomb. Now you gotta go and make them. I'm gonna eat these.